What's up, guys? This is Jim Slim, and today I will be reviewing something that is not Lego, but rather the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Boba Fett Starship. Now, the first thing that caught my eye about this ship is not only am I a big fan of Boba Fett Starship, but I feel like no matter which Slave 1 or you got from Lego, or whether you got the shrunken down Boba Fett Starship, you never really got a fully accurate interior, but that is what this set has to offer. Now, first of all, taking a look at the front of the box, we of course see the actual product that's inside, which is Boba Fett Starship, as well as the newer style Boba Fett re-armored, aka Mandalorian / Book of Boba Fett, and Fennec Shand. And for the scale that these are at, and you might have seen, these are pretty micro scale. They've got a lot of nice little details. Looking around the side of the box, you have some nice artwork. Around the back of the box, you have some of the features listed. The cockpit windscreen opens up. Of course, his turret guns are adjustable. The ramp slides down, and of course the wings turn, and you can open up the slot on the bottom to reveal ion bomb. And then you can see, of course, the wind canopy opening, as well as the fact that this center section opens up to reveal someone frozen in carbonite. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Now, when it comes to opening these things, you can go ahead and, either cut or remove the tape around the edges of the box and open it up and take it out. Or if you're like me, you can just go ahead and snap your fingers. And like that, we have an open product. But first and foremost, let's take a closer look at these micro figures, because you might have noticed that Micro Galaxy Squadron logo is very reminiscent of Micro Machines if you're like me and grew up in the 90s or early 2000s. But instead of the vehicles being micro scale, in these, the actual figurines are micro scale. So let's take a look at Fennec Shand. She's got her helmet. There's not much more detail up under the visor where her eyes would be, but they did do a pretty good job of representing her, and her hair, her ponytail coming out from under the helmet. Her arms do articulate together. If you move one, it will move both. And then you can, as you can probably tell, you can have her sit down as well. Same thing for Boba Fett. He's pretty well detailed for this micro scale, but he does come with a detachable jetpack, which I'm going to go ahead and show you in a second. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the ship. So some of the features of the ship, we already know these guns are posable. We know that when you pick it up, not only do the wings turn into position, but so does the cockpit seating area, which is great, very accurate to source material. If we go ahead and take a look, open up the canopy and take a look inside the cockpit area, you can see that they did their best to make it as accurate to source material. Like I said, they have 3 seats up in here, as well as a control panel, if I can get the camera to focus properly. They have a nice little control panel for him, and you can get a better view as you rotate. Everything rotates into place. Looks very, very nice. Now, taking a look at the rest of the interior, which is something that a Lego set would not have. None of the Boba Fett Starship Lego sets have. What I thought was originally the Bounty frozen in carbonite is actually his weapons rack. And you might notice that there's a little slot on the weapons rack. Now here's why. If you take Boba Fett, you can remove his jetpack and go ahead and slide it into that slot. So as you can see, I went ahead and inserted Boba Fett's jetpack into his weapons rack. As you can do. You'll notice a lot of nice details, like his weapons. On the floor, there's a lot of detailing. If I flip this back around, you can get a nice look at some of the details behind there. Even on the inside of this canopy, there's a lot of nice detailing. Now, the other feature we did touch upon while looking at the box was that not only does this ramp slide down, but this door completely opens up. Very accurate to source material. Again, you can click it into place, use enough strength, so you can have your characters go into and out of the ship, which is great for play. Or, you know, if you're an adult like me, maybe you got it to display in one way or another. Gives you some different display options. Overall, it's just very nice. This is something that I've never seen on the Lego set, simply due to the constraints of the parts. But overall, you can see this model has so many nice details, and that is one of them. Now, once you're done playing with this, you can unclip it from there, close it on up, put the ramp on up, and it'll keep it nice and shut. And then, of course, we all are probably wondering, how do the figures fit in there? Like, you can see there's obviously not a complete walkway from this area into here, as even at this scale there were some constraints, most likely. And you can see the hinge that goes through, that probably plays a factor as well. But what you can do is, like I said, you can pose the arms, pose the legs into a sitting position, go ahead, and now, like I said, with big hands like mine, these are for ages 8 and up, but with big hands like mine, this is a little difficult, but you can go ahead and slide them feet first into there. Now, with a bit of finagling, you can definitely get Boba Fett and Fennec Shan into their respective seats in here. Go ahead and take a look at them. They look very nice seated in the cockpit. You can have Boba Fett with his hands actually on the controls, which is very nice. It's very hard to see with my little camera angle though. But then you can go ahead, close up the cockpit, and have your Firesprayer, Boba Fett's Starship, lift off. It looks very nice doing so. Now, if you're into playing with it, you don't have to be a kid. You can be an adult and you can still play with toys. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, you can have it fly around. It's very swooshable. There's no handle on the back. There is, though, as I said, the ion bomb port, which you can drop open. And, of course, you know the sound. Silence, followed by... But again, just looking at the back, look at how many details are on there. It's very nice. They did, unfortunately, have to fit whatever this is in, obviously, for the UK and Canada. I'm not sure what the CE is, to be honest. But it's probably obviously some sort of regulation. But overall, for the price these are, now, of course, it is a bit more difficult to get these micro figures in here than it is to get a Lego minifigure into a Lego Starship, but you have to keep in mind that these do come a lot cheaper than that, and for the price you pay, you do get so many details. Like, the paint job looks great. Like, there's so many just kind of subtle details everywhere you look. There's pretty much everywhere you look, there's a detail. There's very few places where there aren't any. You may have even noticed on the inside here, on the sides, you have that detailing, which is accurate to the show, Book of Boba Fett, and also the Mandalorian Season 2. So overall, I would personally give this product a rating of 9 out of 10, because I do feel like there are some minor complaints I have. Yes, if you're an adult and you're over here playing with this toy for 8-year-olds, it is kind of hard to get these guys in and out of their seats. Even putting the camera down and everything using both hands, like, and I don't even have the biggest hands, so it can be a bit difficult if you're a full-grown adult, and especially if you have larger hands than I do. And then also, like I said, you look in here, and I do love that they have this interior space, but I guess this is maybe an implied doorway right here. It looks like there should be a door there, but it's just solid. So you do miss out on those lower seats that we did see in the Mandalorian Season 2. But overall, for the price you can pay, I think this is a very good toy to pick up, and it can be lots of fun whether you're an adult Star Wars fan or a child. Now, if you are interested, we did actually go ahead and grab a few extras, which is how I managed to pull off that bit of magic where I just snapped my fingers and it came out of the box, because it didn't actually. I do have these posted on eBay. I'll go ahead and post the link down in the description below. Let me know if you like what I do. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, if you're interested, got a few of these that you can grab at a pretty decent price. And until next time, this is Jim to the Slim, signing out.